The Eiffel Tower has become both a global cultural icon of France and one of the most recognizable structures in the world. The tower is the tallest building in Paris and the most visited paid monument in the world. Named after its designer, engineer Gustave Eiffel, the tower was built as the entrance arch to the 1889 World's Fair. The tower stands 324 meters tall and the iron structure weighs 7,300 tons. "37 bridges are spanning the River Seine within Paris, and in 1991 UNESCO added the banks of the Seine in Paris, La Rive Gauche and La Rive Droite to its list of World Heritage Sites in Europe. The Pont des Arts, the beautiful footbridge between the Louvre and the left bank of the Seine, has been covered by over 1,000 love locks, small padlocks inscribed with lovers' initials as a token of everlasting devotion. The Louvre is one of the world's largest museums and the most visited art museum in the world. It opened in 1793 and the building was extended many times to form the present Louvre Palace. The Louvre Palace and the Pyramid were completed in 1989 and contain now more than 380,000 objects and display 35,000 works of art in 8 curatorial departments. Notre-Dame de Paris is a Gothic Roman Catholic cathedral on the eastern half of the Ile de la Cité. The west front of the cathedral, with its 2 69-meter tall towers and the 3 west portals, are magnificent examples of the early Gothic art. They depict scenes from the life of the Virgin Mary, the Last Judgments, and scenes from the life of Saint Anne, the Virgin Mary's mother. Notre Dame also has 3 beautiful stained glass rose windows. The first period of construction was from 1163 into 1240. During the radical phase of the French Revolution, Notre Dame Cathedral suffered desecration in the 1790s, when much of its religious imagery was damaged or destroyed. An extensive restoration in 1845 returned the cathedral to its original Gothic state. The Avenue des Champs-Élysées is a very busy street with luxury specialty shops, cinemas, cafes, and clipped horse chestnut trees. It is also one of the most expensive strips of real estate in the world and links the Place de la Concorde to the Place Charles de Gaulle and the Arc de Triomphe de l'Étoile. The Arc de Triomphe is in honor of those who fought for France, in particular those who fought during the Napoleonic Wars. Engraved on the inside and at the top of the arch are all of the names of the generals and wars fought. There are inscriptions on the ground underneath in the vault of the arch. The arc stands 49.5 meters tall, is 45 meters wide and 22 meters deep. Is this guy trying out for Fiddler on the Roof? The luxury specialty shops along the Champs-Élysées also include various car salons. Some welcomed people to take a closer look, some didn't. And from the Trocadero we had a beautiful view of the Eiffel Tower and Paris at dusk. And now we know what they mean when they say Paris, City of Light. The Pont Alexandre is a very ornate and extravagant arch bridge that spans the Seine, connecting the Champs-Élysées quarter and the Invalides and Eiffel Tower quarter. The bridge, with its exuberant Art Nouveau lamps, cherubs, nymphs, and winged horses on either end, was built between 1896 and 1900. It is named after Tsar Alexander III. Paris, built on glitter and gloom, impressed with its grandeur and architecture, and we loved pretty much everything about the city. Just the whole atmosphere, day or night, including the traffic and a very short thunder shower.